Shri Gurucharitra Chapter 40. Shri Gurudeva Datta Parabrahmane Namaha. Narhari gets cured from leprosy. One day, a Yajurvedi Brahmin by name Narhari, who was afflicted by leprosy, came to Gangapur with a volition to meet Shri Guruji. Leprosy had spread all over his body. He surrendered to Shri Guruji and saluted him with a sense of deep devotion. Tears rolled out from his eyes the moment he met Shri Guruji at Gangapur. He eulogized Shri Guruji in different ways and blamed himself for not serving Guru so far in his life. The miserable Brahmin told Shri Guruji that he was leading a life of dead wood, being a burden to the earth and unwanted by everyone. He earnestly wanted to know the reason from Shri Guruji as to how he was suffering from severe leprosy. He further told Shri Guruji thus: O the Master, I am afflicted by dreaded disease leprosy. Though I am a Vedic scholar, I have been outcast by villagers due to this dreaded disease. Nobody wants to see my face, thinking it to be inauspicious. I have been boycotted socially. I am disgusted in my life. I am unable to comprehend my sinful acts of the past few births. Therefore, I am suffering from this horrible disease. So far, I have tried all the medicines, performed several religious ceremonies, visited sacred places for getting relieved from this dreaded leprosy. However, I did not succeed. On the contrary, my disease is getting aggravated day by day. Impressed by your glory, I have come here to seek refuge under your sacred feet with a firm resolve. Guru is the only hope left now. You are the protector of the last resort and the ultimate destination. If you do not save me from this torturous life, I am certainly going to commit suicide. So, pleading devotedly, he saluted Shri Guruji and eulogized him through several ways. After listening to his compassionate words, Shri Guruji felt pity on him. He wished to grace him. Shri Guruji said, O Narhari Brahmin, in your past life you had attracted countless flaws by committing too many sinful deeds. Those flaws are now troubling you in the form of disease. However, you need not grieve for it. Do not be scared. If you carry out my instructions with deep faith, you would be absolved from all your sins and you would be relieved from the disease. Your leprosy is bound to subside. After advising him, Shri Guruji gave him a dry Audumbar wooden stem and instructed him thus: Hey Narhari, you should plant this dry wooden stem on the bank of Bhima river, which is in the eastern direction of Sangameshwar deity of Sangam place. Afterwards, you must take bath in Sangam and worship the peepal tree. Then again, you have to take bath in Sangam. Thereafter, you must observe fast, carry 2 pots of sacred water with faith and devotion, and perform ablution ceremony to the dry wood that you have planted thrice a day. Believe in the maxim, devotion is strength. Note well that when the dry wood sprouts, your flaws will get washed away and your body will be freed from ugly spots and you will be cured from the disease. That Narhari Brahmin fully trusted the words of Shri Guruji. With total allegiance to Shri Guruji, he rigorously followed what had been told to him. Some of the disciples of Shri Guruji started commenting about his strange behavior in the following manner: Hey Brahmin, do you feel that by planting this dry wooden stem and watering it daily, it is going to sprout? That is against the law of nature. We have not heard about any past incident wherein dry wood had sprouted. Probably you have not understood the inner meaning of Shri Guruji's words. As there was no expiation for your profound sins, Shri Guruji has instructed you to plant this dry wooden stem and worship it. It appears that you do not have even a common sense. Even if you serve it for hundreds of years, you are not going to gain anything out of it. Do not make vain efforts and take pains. To their queries, that leprosy afflicted Brahmin replied thus: O my friends, the words of Guru never go unfructified. I am certainly going to follow Guruji's instructions. Do not bother me with your dry philosophy. The success or gain lies in following the words of Guru, not in this dry wooden stem or the rituals. This dry wooden stem, I am sure, is going to sprout eventually. Only the time is the answer to your question. Now it is my testing time. So saying, he started serving the dry wooden stem with enhanced devotion. Their dry philosophical words did not perturb him. Some of the disciples who had been witnessing the strange behavior of that leprosy afflicted Brahmin met Shri Guruji and conveyed to him thus: Revered Shri Guruji, it appears that Narhari Brahmin has not understood the meaning of your words. He is under the false notion that he is going to get cured by that dry wooden stem he had planted. He is adoring and watering that dry wood very sincerely thrice a day. By consuming ambrosia in dream, no one can become immortal. Already 7 days have passed. Since then, he has not touched food and water. Then Shri Guruji told them thus: My dear disciples, here it is the question of positive passions. Negative passions block the progress. One cannot doubt everything. Faith has immense power. Faith always pays. It yields everything. The words of Guru never fail. In the matter of devotion to Guru, I am going to narrate to you a story from Skanda Purana. The story reads thus. Once the sages from forest Naimisha raised several issues pertaining to devotion towards Guru before Sutta Puranikas. Then the Sutta Puranikas answered their questions in the following manner: O the righteous sages, to cross over this miserable transmigration, the ultimate means is practicing devotion towards Guru. There is no substitution to devotion towards Guru. All religions materialize to those who have firm devotion towards Guru. Once we accept a Guru, then it is not advisable to find faults with him and abandon. The maxim is once Guru, Guru forever. The relationship between Guru and disciple is everlasting. Guru, once accepted, must not be abandoned even if it comes to sacrificing life. One must not have even an iota of suspicion when it comes to anything relating to Guru. The doubtless succeeds while the doubtful sinks. One should never suspect the capacity or merit of Guru. As is the feeling, so is the result. The gains we derive from Vedic verses, visiting sacred places, a Brahmin who is committed to soul, God, astrologer, physician, and Guru depend on the passions we have about them. In the past, there was a king named Sinhaketu in the province of Panchala. He had a son by name Dhananjay. One day, the prince Dhananjay was on the mission of hunting and accompanied by a tribal boy, entered a terrific forest. The tribal boy saw a ruined temple in that forest and a phallus of Lord Shiva which was lying on the ground. It looked very charming to him. Considering it to be the best, venerable, he took it in his hands and rejoiced. The prince who was with him when he saw that ruined phallus asked, My dear friend, why are you rejoicing holding that ruined phallus in your hands? There are many stones of that kind which are found on the earth. What is the use of this piece of stone which has a look of real phallus? Thus the prince questioned. Then the tribal boy answered this way, My respectable prince, my long felt desire of worshipping a phallus of Lord Shiva is fulfilled today by his grace. From now onwards, I am going to adore and worship this phallus. Looking at the surge of devotional love and feelings in him, the prince said, "My dear friend, as you have known, this phallus of Lord Shiva is really fit for worshipping. In the worship of phallus, or for that matter, an idol, what is essential is devotion, feelings, and faith. The form, the matter is immaterial. God is formless. Form does not matter. Though he is formless, he can be worshipped in any form. Therefore, you better carry it to your house and worship with strong determination and unflinching faith. You shall attain everything from that." Thus the prince suggested to him. The tribal boy saluted the prince and said, "Hey master, you are my guru. I am ignorant about devotional practices, religious rituals, and such other matters relating to worship of this phallus. Therefore, please guide me properly regarding the manner in which it is to be worshipped." Then the prince, while explaining the manner of adoration to that tribal boy, advised him to offer in particular the ash of funeral pyre collected from graveyard as naivedya every day. The tribal boy accepted and respected the prince as guru, since he had given lessons to him in the matter of rituals pertaining to adoration. In other words, since that moment, the prince became the preceptor to that tribal boy. The boy carried the phallus of Lord Shiva to his home and explained everything to his wife in detail about the phallus. As per the guidance he had received from his guru, that boy adored the phallus in an orderly manner every day and offered ash collected from the funeral pyre as naivedya. This practice of worship continued uninterrupted for some time. However, one day that boy could not procure ash for worship in spite of his best efforts. Since worshipping a phallus without offering ash is rendered incomplete, he was greatly disappointed. Thinking that he failed to act on the advice of his guru, he was upset. His wife, who learnt about the matter, told him not to bother and that she would arrange for ash of funeral pyre. For that, she suggested to him to put her inside the house and set it on fire by arranging for firewood, and that the ash collected from that could be offered happily. Should he do that, she said, it would amount to obeying the instructions of his guru and the adoration of Lord Shiva. By that act of his, both Lord Shiva and Guru would be gratified. After listening to the words of his beloved wife, that tribal boy grieved a lot. He opined that if he accepted her suggestions, he would be inviting serious flaw of annihilation of a woman, and that instead of earning a religious merit, he would be accumulating more sins to his credit. Initially, he did not agree for her suggestion. Then his wife convinced him this way. "O my beloved, no purpose would be served by retaining this body if it cannot be used in serving and worshipping Lord Shiva. As I am the half of your body, the religious vow which you are pursuing is incidentally my vow too. And when this body is used in the service of God, no flaw is attracted. After all, this body is gifted by God to practice religious activities in this world. Therefore, please prepare ash out of this body and offer to the Lord." Finally, she managed to prevail over him and take his consent for the sacrificial act. She told him to set fire to his house, putting her inside. He did so and collected ash of funeral pyre of his beloved wife and offered the same to Lord Shiva as Naivedya. He was so engrossed in adoration that he did not remember that his house and wife, in fact, were burnt into ashes. As usual, after worship, he called his wife to offer to her the sanctified ash by way of prasad. Within no time, the ocean of compassion, Lord Shiva, appeared before him. The Lord, who appreciated his act of sacrifice for his sake, was very much gratified at his affection and devotion. Everything appeared to be normal to that tribal boy. His wife came forward and accepted Lord Shiva's prasad from her husband. Surprised, that boy questioned his wife as to how she could return alive when he himself had set fire to his house along with her. They soon realized that whatever had happened was the miraculous act of Lord Shiva, the protector of everyone. Within no time, Lord Shiva Shankar appeared in that palace. The young couple then immediately prostrated before him. Both of them caught hold of Lord's feet and offered salutations. Lord Shankar was pleased with their devotion and sacrifice. He blessed them for enhanced welfare and property. The couple felt extremely blissful. They remembered their guru, the prince, who was instrumental for enabling them to have vision of Lord Shiva. Now they firmly believed in the maxim, Shiva favors if Guru favors. One is blessed according to his passions. Sri Narsingh Saraswati Guruji, speaking to his disciples, convinced thus, O my disciples, Guru Bhakti is packed with feelings. Therefore, that leprosy afflicted person with lot of confidence and joy was serving that dry wooden stem. So far, no one has perished by reposing trust in Guru. From there, Shri Guruji proceeded towards Sangam and sat there below a peepal tree. He observed his routine religious ceremonies, rituals. Then that leprosy afflicted person arrived there to take darshan of Shri Guruji. Shri Guruji was pleased on him. The great ascetic Sri Narsingh Saraswati himself personally performed abhishek to that dry wood stem through the sacred water collected in a water pot. As Shri Guruji was performing the water ablution seva, the dry wooden stem sprouted all of a sudden, and within a few minutes it grew as a large audumber tree. The people who were present at that time were deeply astonished by observing that unseen, unheard, and unbelievable incident. As the wooden stem was sprouting, the leprosy disease of Narhari Brahmin depleted. When that dry wood stem sprouted fully, the Brahmin was fully cured of leprosy and became healthy. He possessed lustrous body instantly. Pleased Narhari Brahmin prostrated before Shri Guruji and raised slogans of victory in his favor. He eulogized Shri Guruji by several ways. This astonishing incident became a talk of the town. They paid obeisance to the auspicious feet of Shri Guruji reverentially and saluted him repeatedly. None of them had seen this kind of miraculous act performed by Shri Guruji earlier. All of them praised the glory of Shri Guruji. Narhari Brahmin composed a prayer, Shri Narsingh Saraswati Ashtaka, in Sanskrit. After this incident, Shri Guruji returned to his Gangapur mutt. In the mutt, Shri Guruji blessed Narhari and advised him that he should endeavor to attain supreme values of life by practicing devotion towards Guru. Because of Shri Guruji's blessings, all people hailing from the clan of Narhari Brahmin turned servants and devotees of the lotus feet of Shri Guruji. Heeding to the advice of Shri Guruji, Narhari Brahmin stayed in the mutt itself with his family members. Namdharaka. Faith in the instructions of Guru and scriptures give the aspirant the tenacity to hold on against all odds in life. Faith is the very basis of life. One cannot go on doubting everything in life. Also, one should have faith in himself to achieve the goal, said Siddhamuni. Here ends the 40th chapter in the most auspicious Shri Gurucharitra. Shri Gurudev Datta. Shri Guru Dattatreya Arpanamastu.